Want a business you love that pays you well? Want a lifestyle where you can do what you want, when you want? Then you are in the right spot. It's time to overcome online overwhelm with OnlineMasterPlanSeries.com. Here's your host and one of the OMS mentors, Laura Waage.
So Heather, I'm curious. Do you remember the first time that you actually leveraged delegation within your business? And if you do, what feelings came up for you as you went through it?
I absolutely remember it because it's such a powerful moment in every business owner's business history. And that is when you can do that, that's when the growth starts to happen. So I remember it. And the feelings were, of course, complete overwhelm. I didn't even know how to do it. I didn't even know where to start. That if I gave that particular project to somebody else, how could they possibly do it as good as me? I was really scared that it would ruin my brand. So like if they messed up, wouldn't that make me look really bad? All these things were happening in my mind. And I was thinking, I'm just so put off by the idea. But I think that just comes down to the systems. I mean, it really ultimately does come down to how you do the delegation. And I think that so many people are not ever taught how to. And we're just also unsure. We just hear it, it's this certain word. You got to delegate, you got to give other people things to do in your business to grow. But we never actually really understand how or why or the systems behind it. And as long as you have a good system where you close the loops of, from point A to point B, it's not really that hard in the end.
No, in fact, I think really learning to delegate is a system in and of itself. We've talked before about the fact that any system that you create is just a process broken down into bite-sized pieces.
Exactly.
And learning to delegate is no different. It's just that it is very overwhelming, really very scary when you are first trying to figure out how to delegate. And like you said, how to do it in a way where you're still taking pride and ownership in your work and you're feeling like somebody is going to deliver up to your standards. Mm-hmm. And how do you ensure that that is the case? But I think when you understand that, just like everything else, learning to delegate is as much a system as delegating itself, then it becomes much easier.
And, I was talking to somebody yesterday, really interesting guy, and I loved what he said. He said, your job as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, is to have the vision and then get your team to buy into that vision and then carry your business forward through the ups and downs. You cannot possibly do that if you're stuck in the day-to-day operations. So you have to be thinking of that from that perspective. You'll never have growth if you just hang on so tight to your little baby. And one other thing too, as well, I think a lot of us don't understand how to delegate because we actually don't know what we don't know. Like as far as we cannot break down our own knowledge sets that we have and what we actually do. That's kind of such a huge process as well, to actually go a step backwards and think, what am I an expert at here, first of all, for me to have a business with? And how do I even break that down into steps for other people to take away from me, and which part should I even still hang on to? So there is definitely a whole process in working that out, and that is why it is quite overwhelming.
And I think, too, that people need to take that step back so that they can evaluate, like you said, what they're an expert at, but what they are not an expert at.
More importantly.
Yeah, and it's especially difficult. I take you and me and Andrew as an example, right? We are all really good at a lot of different things, and that can be a curse as much as it is a benefit, because you can get stuck doing the wrong things, things that are not going to grow your business. So being able to take that step back and look at it from both sides and say, okay, this is what I'm really good at. I'm also really good at this, but this is not revenue generating. This first thing is, and that's where I'm going to focus.
Yeah. So if you ever are sitting there and you have this little thought in your head, oh gosh, it's just easier if I do it. I'm going to alert you right now. If you have that thought, maybe that's because you're frustrated that you have to do it in the first place. And perhaps that's the exact time when you need to look at that process that you're frustrated with to get somebody else to do it for you.
That's it for this episode. Don't let your next promising idea stop dead in its tracks because your overwhelm gets in the way. You need our free tips. head on over to overcomeonlineoverwhelm.com now.